welcome to episode 2 of RSNR, the show where we talk about random stuff and then call it a news report. And today we're going to be talking about the Speedy Diver. First of all, if you didn't know, the Speedy Diver is someone who's on YouTube and he digs in the trash cans to find free stuff at GameStop. Gross, right? Well, I'm going to try to prove that he's a fake, or at least point out why what he's doing is wrong, other than it being gross. We're going to start off by proving it's fake. So first of all, why would anyone throw anything away worth keeping, let alone the absurd amounts of things he finds? Like, look here. All these games, tons of books in the wrapping, and the keys to GameStop, multiple times. Can you seriously believe this stuff? Like, maybe they're all broken games. Maybe the books are old. Maybe they're not worth selling. But the keys? I mean, come on. Now, there's this one guy. His channel is That Guy Damien. He made a video talking about Speedy and how he thought he worked at GameStop. First of all, look at the title.
The Speedy Diver. Fake. Works for GameStop. Rude. Doesn't care for his subs.
I don't even think he even ever said anything about how he doesn't care about his subs. And he just said he's rude because he blocked that guy on Twitter. But let's just listen to what he has to say.
You don't show your face, and I understand why. You don't want to be exposed. You don't want nobody knowing who you are. Unfortunately, everybody knows the GameStop you go to. Everybody knows where you're located.
Wait, everybody knows where his GameStop is? I must have missed something. Better rewrite this video.
I'm not going to give out that information.
Oh, I see what you did there.
He works for GameStop. It's stupid, people. It's stupid. But let's address it. He may work for GameStop. Possibly. I give it out of 10 on the possibility rating. It's probably a 9.
He doesn't even sound confident about his own theory, despite posting in the title as fact. He doesn't even have much evidence to prove it either. Now, I can see why the keys would confuse you, but he doesn't work at GameStop. And he could have just gone to the dollar store, bought some locks with keys, and throw those random keys in. And in this episode, he goes to a different dumpster. Why would he go to a different dumpster if he worked at one GameStop? Then he couldn't even throw out new stuff for himself later, like Damien says in his video. I know, maybe he works at both GameStop. Maybe he's just Joey Mooring at corporate. No, he's not. Did you even do any research? Cause I did. And he doesn't work at GameStop. At least one of his coworkers would have noticed by now if he did.
Hey, bro, what are you doing? Nothing.
Okay, so now that I proved he doesn't work at GameStop, now on to showing how he's fake. Well, how he's kinda fake. Well, just watch. Now, you can find real stuff in the trash, but to say you find all this stuff is crazy. Like, you can't expect me to believe you found a working console just thrown away. So I think he finds most of the stuff in the trash, but puts in stuff he buys to make it look better. And makes it look a little dirty, because if he didn't add crazy stuff, it wouldn't look as cool. How could he afford to do that? Well, at first it was more real, but by his, 20th episode, he had 1,000 subscribers, so that's ad revenue right there. And with 1 million, you still think he can't afford to fake a few things? I'm not saying it's all fake. Maybe some GameStops aren't careful with what they do and don't throw it out. I'm just saying some of it's larger than life. I tried asking people who worked at GameStop a few questions, but they said they aren't allowed to, so they told me to ask corporate. I sent 2 emails and left a voice message for Joey Mooring, and they didn't get back to me, so I guess I'll have to find proof in where he dived. And what I mean by that is, if I know where he dives, I can figure out whether or not it's actually a real GameStop and prove that it's fake or not. Now, I started watching from the beginning of his channel, and on episode 4, I saw this. GameStop. 11400 Interchange, Louisville, Kentucky. And sure enough, I plugged it into Google, and lo and behold, here it is. The GameStop Distribution Center, permanently closed. Proving he uses this as some sort of set for his videos when no one's around. Case closed. Also in another video, this one specifically, I found a box with another address on it, which is also located in Kentucky, of course. He just goes to both locations. Let's fact check this really quick.
Survey said.
Louisville, Kentucky, Steve.
Survey said.
Wait, what? Well, it's true. I did some more research, aka watched some more videos, and I saw this phone number. Well, we'll just search this up and it'll be Kentucky. Case closed again. But no, it's in New York. Aw, man. There goes all my research. Alright, I'll keep looking. Okay, so I kept looking and found this. It's a box mailed to New York, and if you look, see what it says? North Babylon. Right, so I'll look it up, and boom. It was pretty easy because there's only one GameStop in North Babylon, and I'm looking at all these on Google Earth to see if it looks right. To be honest, I'm much happier with this one, because it actually looks like his videos, unlike the first one. Now time to fact check again.
Oh yeah, this is Wendy's. Is Wendy's that front?
that. And in front of you, there's a Wendy's in this little strip mall.
Yes, the Wendy's is right in front of it, like he said. Much closer to the Wendy's that was in front of the other location. Now to see if it matches the videos. The walls are the same. The doors look the same. There's that curb. There's a post near the door. Well, great. It looks like we've got him. And if it doesn't look right to you, here's a picture from a while ago. It looks pretty good, right? But it's a real GameStop, so I'd say he just throws his stuff in to make it look better, but for the most part, it's real. Then there's another episode where he goes to a different dumpster, like I said earlier. So I looked for GameStops in the area, and there was two that were nearby. Now I'm going to use the video that he took at the second location to fact check this. Let's see.
You're currently at another GameStop. Don't say GameStop on it. They also share with a food place and stuff.
That's true for both.
Also, guys, sorry if you guys hear traffic. It's by like a highway, so it's kind of loud.
This is great. They're both near a highway, but the Bay Shore GameStop is way closer to the highway. Now let's take a look at the surroundings. Aha! See that Quiznos cup? There's a Quiznos right next to the GameStop in Bay Shore. Now look at this gray brick. It's there in Bay Shore too. This is turning out pretty well. And finally, look at that green fence. It's there on Google Earth too. And so now that we've confirmed these two locations, there has to be a reason he went to this GameStop instead of the other one as a second GameStop. One of them must be more convenient for him, right? Meaning if it was more convenient in distance, he would have to be in this area where those two GameStops are most convenient. And if I watch a ton of videos where his house is, I could find his house. And actually, now that I think about it, I don't think I need to know where his house is. The reason I tried to figure out what GameStop he's at was for proof of him being fake, but they're both real GameStops, so he may throw in a few fake things, but overall real. Congratulations, Speedy Diver, you actually break the law. So I guess what I'm saying is he probably lives in North Babylon, New York, and he could probably put cool stuff in the trash can and pretend to find it, because obviously he can afford it. So now that I'm done hunting the Speedy Diver, let's talk about why what he's doing is wrong. Well, for one thing, when he's behind that real GameStop, he's really trespassing and really stealing. Both of which are illegal. But not only that, he's recording it and becoming famous because of it, normalizing the fact that he's breaking the law. And people from all over the country, who are all part of a group of 1.1 million people, follow his example and steal stuff, and not only can they get themselves into trouble, but also they can try to sell trash back to GameStop that they can't sell, which is just rude. I'm not saying unsubscribe from Speedy Diver, I'm not even saying he's a bad guy, I'm just saying it's probably not the best idea to do what he's doing. So what did we learn today? Digging in the garbage is gross. We learned you probably can't find any really cool stuff in the dumpster. And even if you could find something cool once in a blue moon, you couldn't find something as often as Speedy does, because throwing out working things worth keeping makes no sense. And Speedy Diver doesn't work at GameStop, nor is he Joey Mooring. We learned that that guy Damien doesn't always do research when writing a rant. We learned that the Speedy Diver probably lives somewhere near North Babylon, but it just proves that he actually steals, and you should not follow that example. And sometimes I do too much research and almost try to find someone's house. And we learned dumpster diving is trespassing and stealing, two crimes you should not take part in. Well, you shouldn't take part in any crime. And if you go to Walmart, the dollar store, or any other store, buy keys and throw them in a trash bag and record it, people will believe an employee of GameStop threw out their keys. But most importantly, I learned on the GameStop website it says their stock is down about 2.67%, so they're already having enough trouble. Quit stealing their stuff. Here's a quick Vine I made. Alright guys, I'm ready for Christmas. I have my elf to put on the shelf and I have plenty of candy canes. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And remember, they give you a home, they give you some snacks, and they give you money when you spend it all on Jack. And that is why you should subscribe.